All right, so we back at it again. It's your boy BG with the Boxing Politic. Um, just checking in, talking about some of the state of boxing right now, and we are gonna address the Wilder Fury situation. So this thing, um, I'll, I'll just go through a whole up and down about it, starting from the go. So if we see from the beginning, obviously ended with the fight. Wasn't a controversial end. Wilder got knocked out by Fury back in February. It was a surprising defeat. No one expected it to go that way. In the fight, we saw a lot of rough tactics, illegal tactics. I don't really need to sugarcoat the shit. It was just illegal. A lot of the things we saw from Fury, but it's not anything that would constitute a completely unfair fight. Because honestly, Wilder could have did some of the stuff back. I would have preferred if he did some low blows, hitting him in the back of the head. If the motherfucker doing it to you, it makes sense to do it back. So he should have been kicking his ankle, doing whatever he can, stomping his toe, uppercut him in the balls, headbutting him, just getting him back, fighting him the way that he was fighting. But yeah, so the fight ends. Ends not necessarily controversially, but it's a loss for Wilder. He goes away for a little while. Interviews like a couple days after everything. A rumor comes out that he blamed the suit. Now, I've never seen the actual video where he said that. I've heard comments from him where he said, I felt the suit was heavy, as in, like, I felt it being heavy on me as a sign that you weak. That's like saying I knew I was sick because when I got out of bed, I could barely walk. No one said the bed made it so you could barely walk. It's just the fact that you were sick. You know what I'm saying? And getting up that way let you know it. That's the way I heard that. No one can actually point to an interview where he said, "Man, if I didn't wear that suit, I would have been okay." That's that. But as time goes, video comes out, pictures are shown where we look at Fury's gloves. You see them flapping in the wind. You can see outlines of his knuckles, not only in the open part of his glove. You can also see them in his glove where it looks like padding had been moved. Looks like it was a flimsy glove, and that's when glove gate starts. Glove gate starts. You don't hear any comments from Wilder about it or much from his team. People start to say, if he thinks something, he needs to speak. Well, fast forward to the Tank Davis fight, and he kind of overshadows the fight by coming out and saying, "Hey, this guy's a scammer, not scammer, but he's a cheat. He cheated me in the fight, and look at his flimsy gloves, all of that." He blames the ref, which I don't completely agree with. Blaming the ref, not in its entirety. Like that referee was put in a hard spot because the first fight, I think the referee got too involved, screaming in Fury's face, not calling the fight when the knockout occurred because he was knocked out. He was down for a long time, eyes rolled back. If you really think that like Dillian White in his last fight deserved to be knocked out, then the same can be said for Fury. But this guy, this referee decides to do the count. He's been doing that shit way too often. He's gonna get somebody killed because he did it with Tony Harrison after those uppercuts from Jamil Charlo. Don't understand why he did that. Don't understand why he did it in a fight with what's my guy name? They call him shit Justin Del Loach. They did it with in a Justin Del Loach fight where the guy was obviously out, like, and then he turned around and get hit even worse. Like this stuff doesn't need to happen. That guy needs, you know what I'm saying? He full of himself. He done made his claim to fame. I'm the guy who does the 10 count. You gonna fuck around and get somebody killed without that counting. But that's that. So he blamed the referee who apologize for that tangent, but who was pretty much in the bind. He didn't want to get too involved, but he didn't take a point early enough when he really should have. He should have been Warren Fury like up and down, but that point should have been gone by like the third round because dude was above and beyond the Call of Duty with the cheating, with the rough tactics or whatever you want to call it. So you go from that, and he blamed. Um, he said a disloyal guy. I don't know if he ever mentioned the water being poisoned. I hope he didn't because we don't have any proof of that or anything. But the gloves, we do. The gloves, we definitely had a proof that those gloves, something ain't right about them. Fury has a history with gloves, and then he's had sparring partners come out. It's been in a different fight where his gloves were shown, like they had to address that. He looked like his face dropped because he was like, "Oh shit, I got caught with this." He thinks he's about to get disqualified, which he should have, but they let it go. Um, yeah, so you got that going on, and then even now, recently, a fighter, Vinny Pazienza, comes out says Fury's on HGH during the fight, and it's not hard to believe because he has a history with drugs as well. Like this guy, this guy is a cheater. He's a cheater. His fights are dirty. He's not he's not that talented a fighter. He's large, and I think that's his advantage. That's his only skill set. I'm larger than everyone else, and I'm dirtier than anyone else. Like that's how he wins. And Wilder should have been dirty as well, but going into it now is he. It sounds like he's trying to avoid the fight because he can't. In my eyes, he can't find another way to do what he did. Like in the first fight, he outweighed a guy by like 50, 60 pounds and was still like put on the canvas. In the second fight, he had to train in MMA for a year because he didn't take the immediate rematch. If people recall, he didn't do the immediate rematch. He actually started doing like MMA training and things like that so he could learn how to grab someone behind the head, so he could do effective chokeholds and everything like that. Those things are out the window now. There's no more gimmicks. There's no trick plays that you can do like that. People on the lookout for it, and the referees will be on the lookout for it. So they calling you on fouls off the go. So he can't do that stuff anymore, and he's looking to avoid it. Um, that's the way I see it with Fury, and he's a fighter I definitely can't support. When you look at this, this is terrible. He doesn't deserve the spot that he's in, and I think he realizes that. That's why he never fights anyone twice. Like he fought, I think he did do a rematch with some unknown guy, and he had control over the gloves that guy wore. He had some gloves. The other guy was like, "All right, I'll wear these tights. Then I'll wear the same as you." Dude said, he wouldn't take the fight if that guy wore the same gloves as Fury. So Fury has some things going on about gloves in his history. He has some things about uh, avoiding rematches with tough competitors because when you it's like football. If you the guy who does the fake punt pass all the time, yeah, you might get that shit off once, but it's not gonna happen again and again and again. Like people know, oh, okay, he's not about to punt. He's about to do a fake punt pass. That's who that's who Tyson Fury is. He's not gonna be able to re rebottle what he did there. So that being the case, he's gonna wanna avoid a situation. He's like a con man. You need a fresh mark every time. When somebody figured you out, you can't do the mark. You can't play on the same way. So that's what I think is going on. He's trying to avoid it. It's getting in the point of litigation, and I don't see any way that. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. Let the lawyers be lawyers. He more than likely he's gonna try to find a way out of it. But like what happened with the Klitschko situation, Klitschko moved on and fought somebody else. So he was out of the ring for some years, but Klitschko moved forward, so that allowed Fury to have a new fight. If Wilder doesn't move forward, we'll see what happens. I don't think Fury can. If not, I don't even know if he has a license in the UK where he's trying to do this at. So he's opening himself up for a lawsuit. If the other side's broadcasted, ESPN, because ESPN stated that they wanted the fight held off, and that's one of the things he's claiming. Like, oh, we're not doing the fight because they held it off. Well, ESPN held it off, and if they turn around and broadcast this puts them in a position where they may be opened up to a lawsuit as well. So, with all this being said, I don't see this guy being able to have that UK fight. I don't think he even has a license over there, and they might put an investigation just for him to get his license. So when you scheme and plot and scam so much, you eventually put yourself into a corner. I think that's where Fury is, and he's gonna have to fight that man again. And if he does, I think the conclusion to be something different. I hope Wilder puts him out, moves on to Joshua, does that, and then calls it a career. That's what I like to see, and that's like the best way the game could go at this point. But with everything going on in that situation, this is like a brief synopsis or a summary of it. Um, it's it's not even disappointing. It just shows you that no, this is actual boxing. This is what boxing really is. Anybody calling it a gentleman sport is a damn liar. This is what the sport is. These shaky, slimy, criminal behaviors. Is what it is. And hopefully the good guy wins in this one. But after he does, if I'm any other fighter, I mean, Fury's not getting another shot. It is what it is. But that's all I got to say on the issue. Um, this has been your boy BG, Boss and Politic. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.